Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Happy Millionaire Monday. We are having an amazing day right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. If you are coming on, please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, and tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know on this beautiful, beautiful Millionaire Monday. September the 26th, 2022. Let them know that Ramonepreston, my squad, and the Ramonepreston show, excuse me, we are all live right here from the Buckhead headquarters of Ramonepreston Enterprises. Good afternoon, happy Monday, happy Millionaire Monday. Again, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody and let them know that we are live on the Ramonepreston show. And I'm about to give you the business, dog. I'm about to give you the business, dog. We're going to be talking about some warnings that you need to have a heightened awareness of for the next 18 to 24 months. Again, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody and let them know we are live today on the Ramonepreston show. I'm super excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you today. I truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we are in one of the most amazing opportunities for business and for financial freedom. But just because I believe that, just because it may very well be true for me, for you, and for many other people that we know on this planet, it doesn't mean anything's gonna happen. It don't mean we're gonna necessarily see it. The fact that you believe it, it helps to move you in the direction of doing what's necessary, but it doesn't necessitate any business and financial change. And so today I just want to talk to you a little bit about things that you should have a heightened awareness of. I want to, you know, for lack of a better term, I want to warn you of things that you need to do. And there are some reasons why this warning is very important to you, especially if you are in business, if you plan on getting into business, or if you're just the breadwinner, the leader of your household, and you want to get yourself in a better financial position. So do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, let them know we're live, and put in the comments what city you're watching your boy from. What city are you representing? I really do appreciate all of you that participate when we're live on the show, like today, Monday, September the 26th. We have a few more days remaining in the month of September in this third quarter, and then we're going to the fourth quarter. This is the final quarter. We're just 4 days away from the final quarter, or 5 days away rather. You know, we've got 4 more days in this month, and then we'll be moving into the fourth quarter of the year. But whatever the city is that you're watching me from, could you please be so kind to put in the comments what city you're representing? I want to give a shout out to Lois in Detroit. Let's see here. We have any other cities representing? We got Lois in Detroit. I saw a few more cities when I pulled up from my phone, my app. Let's see here. We got Detroit, Birmingham, Flint, Michigan is in his house. Shout out to all of you wherever you are. Just put the city that you're watching me from in the comments so we can know where you're watching your boy from. I really appreciate all your support. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate you taking the time out to have some dialogue. And again, even when you have questions, if you have questions while we're on the show live, feel free to drop the question in the comments. You will see every few minutes or so, I'll pick up my phone and I'll look at some of the live comments. If I miss it, one of my team members will come back and let me know. And we try to answer all the questions that you may have and to see to it that we can give you as much information as possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome to the Ramonepreston show. I'm your host, Ramonepreston. Every Monday through Friday, live right here at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, like today, Monday, September the 26th. We show up here every Monday through Friday, unless otherwise noted. We show up here to share information with you that we know can help you properly start, properly structure, and at some point scale your business or your income streams. So whether you're a business owner, a solopreneur, a 1099 contractor, a W-2 employee, whether you're on a fixed income or whether you are just a legitimate business owner, the information we share with you on this show is made up of a lot of programs and services that we provide here at Ramonepreston Enterprises. And we take pieces of that information, pieces of that data, pieces of those strategies and solutions, and we share them with you on this show so that you can see it is possible for you to have income dreams, for you to want to be financially free, and for you to actually do it. It's possible for you to start a business and be successful in that business as long as you have the right information, the right strategies, and the right solutions. So everything I share with you on this show, like I have for almost 2 years now since we've launched this show, we have over 2,000 videos just on YouTube alone. And a lot of those videos are from our live shows. A lot of those videos are from other videos and content that we post on a daily basis on our platform. But most of those videos are based on business, entrepreneurship, holding companies, creative tax strategies, financial literacy, goal setting, all these things that show you how to be successful in business. That's a part of my calling. That's a part of my assignment. And it's what I do here as the CEO of Ramonepreston Enterprises. We are a consulting, a coaching, and an educational training company. So we provide business and financial consulting, coaching, and training. And we do that through certain programs and services that we have available, whether they're online virtual training programs, whether it's coaching programs, whether it's just one-on-one sessions or consulting projects that we put together with you. I want you to know that you're getting information from somebody who's proven these things out, because I have created a successful business. I've created a successful financial life. I'm financially free, and I work with so many people who are on the path to financial freedom. They're on the path to becoming blueprint millionaires, which is why our signature program is called the Millionaire Blueprint, because it is my personal blueprint. It is a playbook that I put together to show you how to go from whatever figures to 7 figures. And it's a proven formula. It's a proven strategy. It's a proven solution, but you got to be willing to take the information and apply it to your life. And so today, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what you and I really need to be warned on and aware of for the next 18 to 24 months. So why is today's show centered around a warning for the next 18 to 24 months? Let me give you a little spiel just in case you don't watch the news. You know, you might not watch the news. Let me give you a little spiel. First of all, if you don't watch the news, you're probably not hearing what a lot of people are saying about the next 18 to 24 months, okay? And from a business perspective, from an economic perspective, from a market perspective, from a entrepreneurial perspective, the next 18 to 24 months are going to be critical for a lot of people. One of the things it's going to do is it's going to prove who's really an entrepreneur and who's really not an entrepreneur. It's going to separate the winners from the losers, because the markets are changing. Things are not the way they used to be. And ever since we have entered into this post-COVID, post-pandemic era, things have not really gotten better for some markets, for some industries. And this might be boring to you, because you probably just want to hear all the little hype about how you're going to become a millionaire. But the truth is, if you don't understand what's going on, if you don't have a heightened awareness of how important it is for you to take what you're doing serious, again, if you know you're supposed to be a business owner, if you know you're supposed to be financially free, if you know that's what your portion on this planet is, then you got to begin by at least understanding what type of economic climate you're in, okay? This is not an economic climate that's going to be favorable for entrepreneurs. People who want to be entrepreneurs but who are not willing to make the sacrifices. This is not going to be a favorable economic climate for people who want to be financially free but who do not have financial literacy. They go hand in hand. So if you want to be financially free, you got to become financially literate. That means you got to learn about and become more acquainted with things relating to making money, managing money, and multiplying money. And most of the times, the information you already got about money is wrong. That's why we don't have money. For years, I remember I wanted a lot of money. I wanted to be successful in business, but I had to give myself a reality check. And I really did it for the first time on a whole nother level, probably about 6 years ago. It started for me around 2016, coming into 2017. I gave myself a real check, like a reality check, like, bruh, what are you doing? I mean, if you want to be financially free, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be wealthy, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's a conversation I had to have with myself. A lot of people never get around to having that conversation with themselves because most people can't hold themselves accountable. So you should be looking at the next 18 to 24 months. So let's think about it. 24 months from now, you'll be going into the fourth quarter of 2024. Okay? So that means you got 2020, you got the remainder of this year, you got 3 more months, you got 2023, and then you got 2024. So you really need to think about what exactly do you want to accomplish for the next 18 to 24 months. And when I say accomplish, I'm not just talking about in your health, in your relationships, you know, in your community, with the kids. Those are all personal goals or maybe some social goals. I'm talking about business and money. That's all I'm talking about today. Okay, some people don't want to talk about all that stuff because they want to be politically correct. I ain't talking about all that other stuff. I ain't talking about you getting fine and you getting fit and you eating healthy and all those things play a role. But right now I'm talking about your business and your money. I'm talking about what do you want to do? What do you want to see? What lifestyle do you want to have within the next 18 to 24 months? You got to think about it now, because if anything you're talking about doing with your money, financially, economically, if it's relating to you owning a business, starting a business, running a business, selling products and services, doing anything in that area of entrepreneurship, you gotta take some time out before this year ends, and you gotta make a decision on what you want to do. Do you want to be a millionaire? Are you willing to give yourself the next 2 years to be put in a position to be a millionaire? Are you willing to sacrifice the free money you got? Are you willing to get disciplined? Are you willing to give up some leisure and some luxury? Are you willing to let some friendships go because they dragging you down? Are you willing to pivot into other industries outside of what you think is the right industry for you? Are you willing to get into a different vehicle? These are all the things that you got to start thinking about right now, because I'm warning you, if you listen to some of the wealthiest people on this planet, if you listen to some of the biggest companies on this planet, and not just listen to them, watch what they're doing. A lot of them, because I be around some of them. I'm blessed to be in certain circles where I'm hearing what they're doing. I'm seeing what they're doing. I'm getting inside information on what they're doing. And every week, even on my coaching calls, I come back and I share this information with my clients. I share it with my students. I share it with my staff. I share it with my family. And I tell them, you need to focus in on the next 18 to 24 months, and you need to make the decision on where you want to go and what that looks like. It doesn't mean if you want to be a millionaire that you will be in the next 2 years, but what it means is if you do want to be a millionaire, the next 2 years are going to be critical for you to just focus in on doing what needs to be done to become a millionaire. Whether it's in 6 years, 4 years, or 2 years, it's never going to happen if you don't utilize a window like this, because this is a critical window. Now, one of the reasons why this is a very, very critical window. One of the reasons why it's a very critical window is because we have entered into the digitization of society. Okay? We have entered into the digitization of society. That's a big word, isn't it? So we have entered into the digitization. We are in a digitized world. We are in a digitized world. So I'm teaching you some stuff now, and I want you to really take heed to what I'm saying. This is a part of the warning for the next 18 to 24 months. And why I want you to get focused, why I want you to use the final fourth quarter of this year to focus in on what the next 18 to 24 months need to look like for you. One of the reasons why is because we have entered into the digitization of society. So what that means, a lot of things, but let me share with you a few things that it means. One thing it means is we're no longer brick and mortar people. Okay? We're no longer brick and mortar people. So when I say brick and mortar, I hope I spelled mortar right. When I say brick and mortar, I'm talking about we're no longer brick and mortar people. We're no longer physical people. That means I don't have to literally go to the mall to buy something from the mall. I don't literally have to walk into Walmart or Target to buy something from Walmart and Target. I can make a purchase online. I can buy something from Amazon. My wife, she just ordered something the other day. It was a piece of equipment she needed for her media team at the church. And literally, she mentioned it to me early that morning that she needed to buy something. She just wanted to run it by me. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. Literally. And by lunchtime, by the time I saw her around lunch, when we were getting ready to go to lunch, it had already been delivered to her. It was literally sitting at her front door, and she was like, I can't believe it came that quick. I thought it was going to be 2 days. And I was like, yeah, we're in a different world right now. So the advantages of being, you good, daughter? Yes. The advantages of being in the advantages of being in a digitized world is that now we needed a product, and we could have waited 2 or 3 days for the product. But because we're in a digital world, we didn't even have to walk in a store to pick it up, to have it the same day. We ordered it online and we got it. Now that's just one layer of how powerful and important the digitization of society is. Another thing that you need to consider when it comes to the digitization of society is for you as an entrepreneur. Okay, because we're no longer brick and mortar people, you're not as important as a physical being as you were 2 or 3 years ago. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not as important as a physical being. Like, there are so many people who work jobs right now remotely. Okay, my son is an employee for our company. He's a full-time employee. My son is a full-time content creator, social media manager, and he does everything Monday through Friday. He works all the time, but he's a full-time employee for our company, and he doesn't even live here in Buckhead anymore. Okay, he's in South Florida now. But think about it. His presence here can be appreciated. His presence here, to some extent, can be used and maybe even be needed at certain points, but it's not necessary for him to have to be here every day and work his job. But this is like millions of other people. This is where you saw this whole great resignation come from. So you got to be thinking about this within the next 18 to 24 months as an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, if you got products and services, if you got products and you got services, and all of your products and services are basically brick and mortar products and services, you are at a disadvantage in 2022, 2023, 2024. And the further into the future we go, you're going to be more and more at a disadvantage. Because right now, and I work with some entrepreneurs, some of them are in spaces where their spaces have been flooded by outsourced companies who are doing what they do here in America for pennies on the dollar, and they can't even compete with these other companies and these other people that are doing these things. Because why? We're no longer brick and mortar. We're no longer dependent upon the physical person or the physical products or the physical services. we are now programmed, if you will. We're now programmed to accept that when we need a product or a service, we don't necessarily need it physically. We can actually get it digitally. And when we get it digitally, we can get it faster. Think about books. Books still sell, but a lot of people that I talk to, they don't necessarily read books. They want to listen to audio on Audible. People who go to school, get educated. They don't necessarily want to sit in the classroom all day and be in a physical location. They would rather take online courses so they can do it when they want to. People who work their jobs. So all of this stuff on the digital level is playing into why you as an entrepreneur, why you have to make a decision. First, the decision is, where do you want to be in the next 18 to 24 months? Where do you want to be financially? Okay? So and again, one of the reasons why is because what? The digitization of society. Another reason is because of the accessibility. Everything is so accessible. You and I, as entrepreneurs, and the products and services we have are not as much of a demand today as they were 2 or 3 years ago because of the accessibility. What makes other products and services accessible? The internet, the digital platforms. So now we have social media. People don't really need you today like they needed you 10 years ago. You're not as important today as you were 12 or 13 years ago, and it may be in the same industry or space because the digital world has made other people that might be doing what you're doing, that might have products and services like you have, and might be even better than you. It's made them more accessible, and it's giving other people an opportunity to take money, to market themselves, to run ads, to get seen, to get known, and to get in front of more people than you do, which means you're going to be out of business. So you got to think about these things while you are working on making the first and most important decision for the next 18 to 24 months. So what is the first decision you should be making for the next 18 to 24 months? Do you know what that decision is? I'm going to tell you what the decision is. The first decision needs to be a money decision. You need to get this thing right. I'm telling you, everybody that's got money that I talk to, they're saying the same thing. Everybody that's doing good, that's winning financially, they're all saying the same thing. If there's one main decision you need to make in the next 18, 24 months, it's the money decision. What do you mean by that, Ramon? Here's what I mean by that. You got to decide what you want. You got to get the money thing right in your mind. You got to stop thinking that there's not enough money on this planet. You got to stop thinking that you don't have the ability to go out here and make new money. And you got to stop taking the little money you got and you squeezing it so tight, you holding on to it. And the reason why you holding on to the little money you got over here is because you haven't figured this out. You haven't made the right money decision to see that there's plenty money in this world. Money is everywhere. But you over here just holding on to this. You over here stuck. You over here thinking that, okay, as long as I can just hold on to this, and as long as I can just lower my debt and lower my bills and lower my expenses and get an older used car and downsize my house and just wear the same shoes for 20 years. Like, as long as I just try to figure out how to hold on to this, I'm gonna be all right. Nuh-uh. Over here, you're gonna get crushed, especially as an entrepreneur. Over here, you're gonna get crushed. You're going to get the brakes beat off you. That's what's going to happen. I'm talking about this market is going to beat the brakes off you. And this is what wealthy people are talking about. This is what the rich people are talking about. This is what the winners in business and entrepreneurship and money are talking about. They're telling you, like literally telling you every day that over here within the next 18 to 24 months, if you're just trying to do what you've done and hold on to what you got and scrap and try to figure out ways to downsize and limit your expenses, you're going to get crushed. What has to happen is you got to make a money decision. And your money decision needs to be that, number one, it's plenty money on this planet. There's no shortage of money. No different than there's a shortage of water. There's no shortage of money, okay? Money is everywhere, and you got to decide that you want to go get what's yours. You got to decide that there's a certain amount of money you want to find and you want to make and you want to transfer from out in that marketplace to you, and you got to decide that it is yours, and whatever it is that you got to do to go get it. Whatever vehicles you got to get in, whatever skill sets you got to learn, it all starts with at least making the money decision and getting the money thing right in your mind. A lot of people don't have the money thing right in their mind. They ain't got it right. And you know I'm telling the truth. A lot of people want money, but they ain't got the money thing right on their mind. They don't know what how much they want. They don't know, they're not even, some people are not even sure if they can get it because they haven't figured that out. So you got to figure that out. Now, here's the next thing, because you might be thinking, okay, Ramon, you're telling me the first thing I need to do as a warning for the next 18 to 24 months is make a money decision, get the money thing right. Where do I start, Ramon? Well, you start by understanding whatever it is that you know about money. If you don't have enough of it, you don't know enough. Think about that. So all you got to do is look at your financial situation right now. Look at where you at financially. And if you are not where you want to be financially, you have to look at where you are as a result of what you don't know about money and the relationship you have with money. So there's something about money that you don't know. Even though I'm not where I used to be financially, I'm far away from where I used to be, but I'm not where I want to be financially. So I still look at my financial situation today and I still say, yep, it's still more things I need to learn about money, because I should have $20 million sitting in the bank. I should have $40 million sitting in the bank. But I don't know enough about money. Excuse me. So what does that mean I need to do? I need to get a better relationship with money. I need to learn more about having 20, 30, 40 million dollars, generating 10, 20 million dollars a year in my business. I need to learn those things. And now when I lean into saying, okay, I need to learn those things, guess what happens? I realize that in order for me to have a business that's making, because that's what my next target is. Like my next target, I'm past $1 million. My next target is $10 million. What I'm doing right now in my business and in my personal development is to generate $10 million a year at least in my business. That's what I'm working towards. But now in order for me to do that, I have to first make the money decision that I want to make 10 mil a year. I got to make that decision. I want you to see where I'm at with this. I got to make the decision that I want to make $10 million a year. Now, when I look at that, I say to myself, I'm using myself as an example. I say to myself, okay, can I make $10 million a year? Well, is there anybody else that's making $10 million a year that's doing what I'm doing? Of course it is. It's a whole lot of business gurus and financial gurus and real estate people and coaches and consultants that do what I do in my space that's making $10 million a year. So I can check the box. Yep, I definitely can make $10 million a year. If I can make $1 million, I know I can make 10. Because when I made 1,000, that 1,000 gave me the confidence to know I can make 10. When I made 10, it gave me the confidence to know I can make 100. And you just keep moving up that ladder. So now I'm targeting $10 million. So now I got to figure out what kind of information do I need in order to generate $10 million a year in my business. But at least I made the money decision to believe I can do it and that I'm gonna do it. And you gotta do the same thing. But see, a lot of times what you do, I'm talking to somebody, a lot of times what you do is you get to this point to say, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna get the bag. But you don't reinforce that and complement that with getting the right information. Because every time you find somebody like me, you start listening to somebody like me and you like, oh, it's just somebody else trying to sell another course, somebody else trying to finesse me out of a couple $100. No, it's you finessing you out of getting past where you at, because you have to accept the fact that when you make this money decision and you realize where you are in your money is a result of what you don't know about money, now you got to decide to get educated. You got to decide to learn more. You got to decide to get more discipline, to get around people who's already succeeding and who's past where you at. And now you realize, oh, it costs money to do that. Yeah, I ain't going to do that. Well, you just stay stuck where you at. That's just the way it is. And until you get past that, until you understand that holding on to this over here never gets you over here, you got to be willing to let that go. I remember the first time that I paid 5 figures, we're talking about over $10,000 for courses and coaching and for those type of services. I did it, the first time I did it, I didn't even think about it. I was like, I don't care, because I was convinced that me spending $15,000, $20,000 was going to get me to $200,000. I had already made the money decision that it doesn't matter. If I don't do nothing else, if I spend 15, 20 grand, I'm going to make at least my 15, 20 grand back in a year, because I think like an investor. Even if I didn't make 15 or 20,000 back in the first year of investing it, I knew I would make something back, because I'm going to learn a lot. And I'm going to be exposed, and I'm going to be able to network and have relationships and have experiences. So you gotta make the money decision. Okay, this is the first thing you got to do. Make the money decision. And making the money decision is deciding that, number one, you don't know enough about it. Like, you just got to be humble and just accept it. Like, I remember when I had that conversation with myself back in 2017. When I had that conversation with myself, I had like that come to Jesus moment. And I remember sitting in there and I was like, man, Lord, why am I struggling? Why can't I get past $100,000 a year? I just couldn't get past that. I couldn't get past it for nothing. I'll get to like 110 the next year, and then the next year I go back to 97. And then the year after that, I might go up to 120. And then the year after that, I'm back down to 108. And I'm like, man, why can't I break through? And I remember it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Because you don't know enough, dog. You don't know enough, bruh. You goofy when it comes to being a millionaire. You do not know how to become a millionaire. You don't have millionaire habits. You don't have millionaire strategies. You don't have millionaire information. You ain't around no millionaires. How you gonna become that? Duh. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta learn more. And then I started learning more. I started studying billionaires. I started studying billion-dollar companies. I started studying wealthy corporations and entities. And I realized, oh my God, one of the first things I need to do is get around people. Because every book I read on a billionaire, every book I read on millionaires, one of the first things they all said was they got around the right people. They all had mentors, they all had coaches, and they were all disciplining themselves with their schedules. Like, it was certain traits, certain characteristics that they all had. But all of them had to make a money decision that, you know what, I'm not finna stay stuck. You got to make that decision. And making that decision is not just you saying, yeah, I'm going to get my money right. Yeah, I'm going to make it big. I'm going to get the bag. I'm going to be a millionaire in the next 18 to 24 months. That ain't going to change nothing. It's just you fooling yourself, tricking yourself, sounding good to yourself. And next year, nothing is different. Because last year, this time, you said it and you ain't do nothing different. The year before then, you said it and you ain't do nothing different. But what did not change? Here's what didn't change. You getting different information, you getting around the right people. That's what didn't change. Shout out to Eric from the M, the I, and the A. Man, I love Miami. Shout out to Eric. Tito Don. Tito says that was key. If you don't have enough of it, you don't know enough about it. Bada bing, bada boom. I appreciate that, dog. Tito said it, and I said it, and now we're saying it again. If you ain't got enough money, it's because you don't know enough about it. It's just the truth. I had to come to that realization 5 years ago. And when I did, guess what I had to do? I had to make the money the decision. And one of the first things I had to do is get rid of all the stuff that was holding me down. I had to move. I had to relocate. I had to go from a house to a small condo. I gave up a car. I gave up a building that I was in for my church and for my business. I relocated and rearranged and reset my whole life. And I made sacrifices because I said, I'm going to take every free dollar I got and I'm going to put it in my business. I'm going to put it in myself. I'm going to put it in my mind. And I'm going to spend as much money as I can to become a better me. And I did that 5 years ago. One of the best decisions I made. Taylor Starks. Taylor said, I'm at the very beginning of taking my life and finances seriously. I've only been listening to you for a couple of weeks. You have been a blessing so far. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate it. All right, so back to my point. What do you need to do for the next 18 to 24 months? I'm telling you, like, you listening to these rich people and these wealthy people, and they keep telling you we're in a different time. I just told you the digitization of the society is changing everything. It's changing how you do business. It's changing how you make money. The accessibility is changing. All of this is tied to the internet, to the digital world. All of this is tied to us not being dependent upon physical things because we have digital things to replace physical things. It totally impacts your business. It totally impacts how you make money and how much of a demand you're going to be in, no matter how good you are at whatever it is and whatever industry you're in. So the first thing you need to be doing for the next 18 to 20, well, really you need to do it this year before this year is out, setting yourself up for how you're going to be living the next 18 to 24 months. Number one, you got to make the money decision. Number two, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You should start a business if you don't have a business. You should start a business. Yeah, but I ain't got no products and services to sell. So you still should start a business. Yeah, but I don't know what I'm going to sell. We'll figure that out later. What you need to be doing now is at least learning how to operate a business. So part of this is learning about systems, processes. At least in your business, you can use it as an incubator for your product development. Product development. You know, it could be like R&D, research and development. You could start playing with things, experimenting with things. Maybe you start a business, and while you're learning systems and processes, even if you don't own products and services, you can find people who have them and use products and services. So you can easily run a multi-level marketing product through your business. You can run an affiliate marketing product through your business. You can have some type of partnership because maybe it's somebody who's doing some type of business and you got certain abilities and you can say, hey, listen, let me partner with you, and let's create something that we can all eat off this so I can at least get some activity in my business. Because you want to start building the muscle to not just having a business, but running it on a day-to-day basis, knowing about systems and processes so that when you do put products and services in your business, you could start generating some activity. This is why your systems and processes are so important. Some of the main systems that you're going to learn is sales, marketing. You're going to learn about finances, whether this is financial literacy, tax strategies. You're going to learn about business operations. Like, you're not going to win. Listen, I'm telling you, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, you ain't going to win as an entrepreneur or just as a person who wants to become financially free. You cannot win in the next 18 to 24 months if you don't understand the digital world, business systems, processes like sales, marketing, finances, operations. If you don't either own products and services or you're using them, how are you going to win? Like even you working a job is not as important no more because people don't really need you physically. You're being replaced by robots. You're being replaced by automations. And some of you are already starting to feel like your job is at risk. But what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna stay stuck, or you just gonna hold on to them? You got like $2,000 saved, or you got $800 saved. You just holding on to it. But every 2 months you pulling 100 because you short on gas this week, and then you pull 50, and then you pull 200, and then all of a sudden you find yourself at zero because you never did anything to put yourself in the best position. So I'm warning you. This is like a warning, especially for the people who are in my community that listen to me. All right. And this warning is, if you do not put yourself in play for the next 18 to 24 months, when it comes to finances and when it comes to business, you're probably going to end up on the wrong side of history. And 2 years from now, it's going to be fourth quarter of 2024, and you're going to still be browsing the internet, running by me if you hadn't blocked me because you're tired of hearing me, and you're going to be like, man, even though I don't follow Ramon no more, even though I don't agree with him no more, but I can see he's winning and the people around him winning, and I'm still struggling because I never took heed to what he was saying. I never did anything. I just talked about it, I pondered on it, I followed him, but yeah, I ain't buying no online courses, I have no coach, I don't want all that. Well, we're going to see where it plays out. We're going to see how far you get in life. And we really don't even have to do that. All we need to do is just look at where you at now. And what have you done up to this point? And we can just look at your track record to see, oh, this is why you where you are. But if you look at my track record and people like me, and you see some level of success, yes, you're going to see hard work. Yes, you're going to see education and training, but you're going to see getting around the right people. You're going to see coaching, mentorship, support. You see all these things collectively working. So those are things that you need to do. Number one, you need to. Number one, I'm gonna put them just like this here for you. So, number one, you need to what? Make the money decision. Get that money thing right in your head. Stop tripping. Stop acting like you don't want to be rich. Stop trying to trick yourself into thinking you don't want no money. Stop thinking that you can't have it all. Okay? You got to make that money decision. Number two, you need to get this business thing right. And you're going to start a business, or if you have a business, if you already own a business, even if it's not structured like I teach on a holding company level, you need to at least start familiarizing yourself with systems. You need to learn about operational systems, financial systems, marketing systems, and sales systems. You need to have these systems and processes. You need to start building your corporate infrastructure out if you have a business. If you don't have a business, then you need to start a business. If you need help with starting a business, remember, I got courses and coaching that I can help you. We have a whole entire course just on how to start and structure a holding company LLC, operating company LLCs, and how to run them. We have entire courses on money. We got financial literacy courses. We got accounting courses. We got courses to show you how to start a QuickBooks account, how to configure it. We got courses on building a better relationship with money, the income ladder of success, creative tax strategy. So I got a lot of courses that I teach on money and on business. Number three, this is a big one. And I'm just simplifying it. Surround yourself with winners. You need to surround yourself with winners and stop getting mad. Stop getting offended. Stop getting upset at the fact that winners don't want to be around losers. It's just as simple as that. Like, people get all offended and get all up in their feelings because they come across winners and winners don't attract to them. Winners don't want to deal with them. Of course they don't. That's why they're winners. See, I had to learn that. You know, early on, remember, my wife and I, we started 19 years ago as a 2-person entrepreneur team, right? And I got to be honest with you. I've gotten offended so many times and got my feelings hurt so many times, especially early on, because I couldn't understand for the life of me why people who were winning really didn't want to be around me. Why they didn't want to give me the time of the day. You know, they never paid me no attention. They wouldn't call me back if I got their number. It was like, I always wondered that. And I had to come to the realization at a certain point in my life, within these last 19 years. The reason why is because when it comes to the things that they're doing, you're losing at those things because you're not making the sacrifices they're making, Ramon. You ain't putting up the way they putting up. That's why you got plenty time. They ain't got time because they gave all their time to their success, to their business, and they're only focusing on people who are moving at the same pace as them. The moment I made that transition in my mind and I said, you know what? The reason why I'm always available is because I ain't got nothing going on. It's because I'm not doing enough. It's because I'm not focused in on what I want in life and where I want to go. And when I did that and started seeing progress, guess what happened? Guess what happened? Successful people started gravitating to me. I started having relationships with people who were millionaires, who were successful, who were doing big things. Oh, wow. And on top of that, these people who were winning had nothing I wanted necessarily. It's not like I wanted to be around them because I wanted something from them, because I had my own, because I was doing my own thing. And at least for the last few years, I'll say for at least the last 4 to maybe 3 to 4 years, everything has just like transitioned, totally shifted in a different direction. And now it just seems like it's so effortless to connect with winners because I've created a winning formula for myself. And I have proof that it works because I'm winning and succeeding. And I'm seeing my money and my business results because of the things that I've done for myself. And so these are the things that you need to be focusing on, at least for the next couple months before you get into 2023, so that the next 18 to 24 months, you could give yourself the biggest shot at being successful, okay? And so what I want to do is I want to give you access to our training program. If you know you need to learn more about money, and you want to give yourself time within these next 18 to 24 months to educate yourself about money, to become more financially literate. Like if I'm successful financially, if I'm financially free, and I've got courses and programs on money, do you think they're going to help you? Like if I'm broke and struggling, I'm trying to tell you something about money, it ain't helping me, so it ain't going to help you. But if I've succeeded, and for me, I'm that type of person. Anytime I win and succeed in something and I create content, because that's what I am. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator. I love what I do. And I've always loved it. So I always make sure that I'm giving you things that you can apply to your life today, not just ideas and theories. But if you want to learn about tax strategies and financial literacy and creative cash flow strategies, you want to learn about being a millionaire and having that type of mindset and the skill set that is required to become a millionaire. If you want to learn these financial principles, if you want to learn about starting a business and running a business, you want to learn about systems and processes, you want to learn about sales and marketing and financial systems and operations, and you even want to learn how to create your own masterminds in your own communities by becoming an influencer, I'm telling you, I have a program that gives you access to all this information and training. That's why I call it the Millionaire Blueprint. I didn't just give it some fancy name. Okay? I didn't just give my Millionaire Blueprint a fancy name because it sounds good. It's a Millionaire Blueprint. It's the same blueprint the millionaire mogul has used to go from hood figure to seven figures. It's the same information and strategies and solutions that I use to help other students and clients that are in our business community so that they can at some point become millionaires. So here's what I want you to do. If you know there are some areas in your money, in your business, and even in your networks and relationships that you want to fix, you want to use the next few months to build something powerful and sustainable for the next 18 to 24 months, all you need to do is either call or text the word millionaire to that number right there. If you text millionaire to 404-478-7213, we're going to reach back out to you, and we'll take a few minutes to get an idea of where you are and what exactly you want to do. And we'll show you how we can help you. We have our signature program. It's called the Millionaire Blueprint. It's on demand. It's a video-based training program where you get access to hundreds of videos. You get documents, you get tutorial walkthrough videos, you get the forms. We show you literally from beginning to end how to start and structure and at some point scale any business or just income streams, even if you're not running a business. And we have a coaching program. We have a one-year coaching program. So we provide online training. We provide one-on-one coaching. We provide weekly coaching calls. Every Monday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern, I host a live coaching call. We host quarterly workshops, and we have so many other programs, but those are the two signature programs that we have. So I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213 and give me an opportunity to speak with you, to answer any questions that you might have, and to introduce you to the information that can change and transform your life. I want you to take this as a warning. And I really want you to put yourself in the best position so that the next 18 to 24 months can be successful for you and you could be on the right side of history. So today is Monday, September the 26th, 2022. Thank you for joining the Ramonepreston Show today. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same place, same time. Here's what I need you to do before we end today's show. Of course, I want you to text millionaire to that number. So make sure you write that number down. But also, I want you to give me some feedback. Would you put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was today? Not just for me, but even for our community. We have thousands of people that watch our videos on a regular basis. So I would love for you to just put in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from today's show? Like, what was the big takeaway? What was the aha moment? What one thing I said that you was like, okay, that's it right there, bro. I agree with you and I accept that. So I want you to give me your biggest takeaway, put it in the comments, and please subscribe to my YouTube page. Please. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're almost at 8,000, I think, so we have a little over 2,000 left. Please subscribe to my YouTube page and follow me on all other platforms. You can find me at Ramonepreston on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook, and of course YouTube, all at Ramonepreston. Thank you so much for joining the show. I appreciate you. I hope there was something that I said that resonated with you that can help you take your business and your finances to the next level. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 12 o'clock noon Eastern on the Ramonepreston Show.